Happy TIMBP Live. We are back. We are here. Hello? Hello? What's happening? Oh, that's right. I had to... Yeah, my dadgum, the OBS was being weird today. So, going just with the regular old StreamYard setup. So it feels awkward having to do everything just in StreamYard, but we're here, we're live, it's normal. Everything's fine. I'm here. I have a cough, which has been a lot of fun. My allergies have been horrible this week, but I'm fine. I am okay. I'm just happy to be here. Thank you all so much for showing up. Thank you so much for being here. It is great to be back for another TIMBP Live. My goodness gracious. Hope you guys have been well. Hope you've had a good week. Tony Bag of Donuts was kicking us off saying, hello, oh chap. Sugar Kitty said, meow. Tater Dom's in the house too. Tater Dom. Hope you have been well. Cheers to you too, buddy. Wilmington Piper saying there he is. There you are, Wilmington Piper. Good to see you, WP. Hope you've been well. He's fine, folks. You're right, Tony. I am fine. I'm hanging in there. The cough is nothing that I'm sure some whiskey can't fix. But we are live and alive, feeling fine. Ready to get into some bottled and bonds. Ready to just feel good. I'd feel real good too if you went ahead and hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe if you're new here. If you're watching on the replay, thank you so much for doing so. Leave a comment down below if you feel so inclined. Check out this week's episode of the podcast as well. It was a solo mission that I embarked upon to review the newest batch of Bullet Barrel Strength. That's batch 8. Had some choice words for it, some choice thoughts, but I did wind up cutting out some of my choice thoughts that wound up only being available for Patreon and Twitch, where I streamed it live last Saturday when I was recording. So if you want to go check all that out, you can do so. And also, if you want to support the stream, you can do so by heading to the Stream Elements link in the chat or in the description below. That is our method of super chatting. It is known as Snuffy Chatting. It goes to support Mr. Snuffleupagus back here, who is looking a little tired, a little droopy, a little drowsy this week. But it is our method of super chatting and snuffy chatting. It goes to feed Snuffleupagus himself, the patron saint of TIMBP Live. If you caught the stream last week, you know that I was flying solo at home. I've been all on my own for a few days. Can confirm that everybody made it back home safe and sound. Lucy and Eden and baby in the belly are all good. Lucy is at an uncomfortable 30 weeks pregnant. A whole 7 months in. She is tired. She is not getting much sleep. Eden is grumpy because she's 3, almost 4. Swan is here saying, look, it's Perry. Sugar Kitty's saying Snuffy needs a new pair of shoes, and he's right. Had to pin that to the top of the chat. Swanee, I hope you're doing well, buddy. It is good to see you. I miss you. I miss you. It was good to hear your voice. I think I said this last week, but it was good to hear your voice on the throwback episode. Come on. There we go. Manually. There we go. Miss you too, buddy. What's everybody been drinking? What are you drinking right now? Cheers. Before heading out for dinner, hello, Top Dog. Where are you headed for dinner tonight? What are you having? What kind of cuisine? I had a, I'm good at throwing it back for sure. Yes, you are, Swan. It's that big swan feather bottom, you know? I had a very simple taco bowl for dinner tonight. Local Italian restaurant. That sounds nice. Lucy made Italian for dinner last night. Chicken tomato pasta. Drinking the Chad and Sarah Bowman bro pick. I didn't know they did a Bowman Brothers pick. Did not know that. Loading up the still Austin cast strength rye. There you go. There you go. Still drinking on it from last week, I see. I've been going a little bit light this week, but when I have had a little Italian indeed, when I have reached for something, it's strangely enough been wheaters. I've been in the mood for wheated bourbon this week, for whatever reason. So I've hit the old Larceny barrel proof, and then also the Heaven Hill Grain to Glass, their new wheated bourbon. And then tried a 50-50 blend of the two the other night, and that was delicioso. Undecided if I'll be drinking tonight. 3 days off so far, considering a 3 days off, 3 days on type schedule going forward. That's not a bad thing. Sounds like a good schedule there, Tone. Tone Bone. Little health update. 4 days on, 3 days on, off, 4 days on. There you go. Whatever. Little health, little wellness, little well-being update as well. Just to give you a check-in, I'm going to pour some Jim Beam single barrel since the beloved Bonded is nowhere to be found. Yeah, what's up with that? Didn't we talk about that when on a stream? That's how a week works. That is true, Tony. That is true. Didn't we talk about how the Bonded might be discontinued? I need to ask the Beam rep that I have contact with if they're getting rid of it. Anyway. As y'all know, last week came back from vacation. I think I said this. I don't think old Granddad 114 is going away, Tony. I don't think that's... I wouldn't trust that rumor. That rumor keeps popping up a lot. That rumor was only circulating around Reddit. And I know where you're pulling that that from, that video. That source is basically just Reddit, which are Reddit rumors. I would not count on old Granddad 114 going away anytime soon. That it's one of those things where people want to chirp about it, and they want to build rumors up. Yo, WP with the $10 Snuffy chat, saying Snuffy shoes. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Sorry, it's not showing up on screen, But like I said, the virtual camera is not working with OBS, and I don't know why. So we're going naked. Heard from a couple of people the supply may be shorter for other projects, but not going away. Yes. Because there are other Old Granddad projects that are in the works coming up soon. I don't care. I understand. I'm just letting you know. But I will still give you the shout out. Hints of price increase, but that's it. Yeah. I will still give you a shout out, though, WB, because I do appreciate it. But anyway, the Old Granddad thing, the 114 thing, is just conjecture. It's just rumors. It's just clout chasing. And the one video that was going around, not a lot of I'm sorry. The research that went into it was just checking Reddit sources. So there will be, and again, there's more that is coming from Jim Beam with the Old Granddad brand, and more projects. So it's not like shortages are one thing. Decrease in availability is one thing. Them getting rid of that brand, which has been around for decades, there's no way. I know bourbon real talk, but why can't Benny's order more? Because of shortages. That's what I'm saying. There will be shortages for a little while some of that stock goes into other projects, other products. That high rye mash bill is not just for Old Granddad. It's allocated for other stuff as well. As much as I want it to be, as much as I would like for it to be. But it will come back. It has in the past. It will never go away. In the meantime, if you see it, stock up on it. I will be probably grabbing a couple bottles in the next couple of weeks. Just to hold on to. Right now, my one bottle that I have sitting next to me is dwindling. So, anyway, personal health update. As I was saying, as y'all know, I got back from vacation last week. Hopped on the Brewmaster 13. What is going on? How's everybody doing? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hopped on the scale just to see how I was doing. I had not gained or lost anything. Maintained a consistent 269 when I got back. And must have had some water weight. Must have had some hanging on. Some stuff that was just kind of lingering. Because I drank more beer. I drank a little more bourbon than normal. Didn't eat like I normally do. 69, nice. Because that quickly kind of went away. And it decreased more. And then this morning I hopped on. And I'm at 264. I'm at 264, which means that since March, I have dropped 45 pounds. 45 pounds since March 19th. Still got a long way to go. Still not quite where I want to be. But we are getting there. And we're approaching it. You know? Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So. Still a work in progress. That's all I'm going to say about it. Just wanted to give you all an update that things are still moving. It's all in motion. I was talking to Fred Minnick about it last week, and he said, it sounded like you are taking the same steps I did, and I said, yes, I needed to. So, it is a slow process, for sure. It is a very slow process, but one that needed to be taken. Anyway, that's enough of that. I am ready to pour something. Got freshly clean glasses in front of me. It's Bottled and Bond tonight. Sound the alarm. And the voice sounds great right now, doesn't it? Which is really good because I have to sing in a couple of days. I'm playing a gig in Lexington. I don't have to sing for the whole evening, but my buddy Drew Crawley from Louisville asked me to sit in for his set at the Tin Roof in Lexington. So I will be playing guitar in Lexington, Kentucky at the Tin Roof on campus. If anybody's around, come hang out, come have a good time. It's from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. I'm playing the full 4 hours. And I will be very tired. And I will probably have no voice by the end of it if I'm already sounding like this after 18 minutes of streaming. It's past my bedtime. Completely fair. It's very close to my bedtime these days as well. Even on weekends. I'm fine. So, Bottled and Bond night. Hadn't had Taylor's Single Barrel Bottled and Bond in a while, so I grabbed that. That's going to be the first pour of the evening. It's a nice color. This was a really good pick. If I wasn't on baby watch, I would be there. She should be here any day now. Dang, man, I forgot you all were expecting. We're getting to that point, too. It's crazy how it just sneaks up on you. All of a sudden, you're like, oh, there's about to be a child living under my roof. Very soon, I will have another living being who will be dependent on me for survival. Another one. So, good stuff. Can't wait for that. No, I am very excited to have. Went by so much faster than our first. This one did too. I mean, has. She's definitely not here yet. We're not ready for her to be here yet. She's still got time to cook. But it is crazy how much quicker it feels like the second pregnancy goes by. I'm saying that as the non-pregnant individual in this relationship. Lucy is feeling very, very pregnant at this point. Very uncomfortable, not getting much sleep, not able to really function much outside of just constantly having her ribs and bladder kicked by a tiny creature living inside of her. But I know she's going to miss it when it's over. This is just a regular single barrel, too. This isn't a pick. I should have shown the camera. Taylor single barrel. Just a regular old off-the-shelf single barrel, not a pick. Nothing fancy schmancy about it or anything. Very oaky, very Buffalo Trace-y. Cherry, pepper, a little bit of lemon zest. It's nice. I like it. All right. Cheers, everybody. Happy Thursday. Thanks so much for being here. That has a nice... It's a really nice creaminess to it as well. Not just like mouthfeel. But also just the kind of like creamsicle-iness as well. It's very good. Very, very nice. Also, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna not fully different. This is not like I'm freaking out, losing my mind. For anybody who's watching on the replay, if you want to jump ahead to where the review is, I will have the time code in the description below for where the review is. I know that there are a lot of people who just want to see the review, who just want to get to it. I understand that it's there for your convenience, but you're also missing out on the live experience by not being here and then by not watching all the way through. It's like a bonus TIMBP episode, right? Where I'm interacting with people who watch and or listen right here. Like I know that Tony. Just make sure to hit that like button, of course. Brewmaster listens, watches. Tony watches, listens. WP, do you listen to the podcast? I don't know if I've ever asked you this before. Swan was on the podcast. Sugar Kitty, I don't know how much you listen to the podcast either. Like, and Tater Dom, like, I don't know how many people outside of, like, the live streams, because I don't really do a whole lot of YouTube content, right? I don't know how many people engage with the podcast itself. Tony who? The Donut Boy. The Donut Man. I don't know how many people engage with the podcast. Don't really have much time to listen with everything else going on. That's fair. I do listen when I get time. Again, totally fair. I'm just curious because I never truly know like what people's full engagement is with the brand. So again, if you're watching on the replay too, if you're here in the chat, and I just want to know like how much do you engage with This Is My Bourbon podcast outside of the live streams, outside of the reviews, outside of the occasional video? By the way, we have a video coming out soon too on a new Blue Run bourbon. Eric and I did a review, and I just haven't had a chance to get it edited yet, but should be soon. Let me know, please. And if you let me know, I will blow you a big balloon. I'll blow you a big balloon, and I will send it in the mail. There's no guarantee that it will last, but I will. One free balloon by mail. I'm not saying it'll be full of whiskey or anything. That's a parentee. Oh, goodness gracious. Because and the other part of it too is like the podcast is where I put so much of like that creative energy into. Like I not just creative energy, but like The live streams don't exist. TIMBP Live doesn't exist without the podcast either. So I want to make sure that, yeah. I want to see. Also, I'm just kind of warming up my palate right now. I'm not trying to dive head first into this review, which will be a review and a side-by-side as well. Because we're also going to talk about design. We're going to talk a little bit of graphic design tonight. We're going to talk about how on earth they're able to get away with something they did, which I think everybody kind of knows. But still. I'm going to go with a rye next. It's the old Overholt Bottled and Bond rye. Man, I'm just going like super light. I'm not even going half an ounce. I'm going like quarter of an ounce tonight. Here's the old Overholt Bottled and Bond straight rye whiskey from Jimothy Beam. Jimothy Beamathy. Hello, Emily Chambers. Away from keyboard, but cheers, like, and coffee? Are you drinking coffee? Is that what's up? I had to have afternoon coffee today. I don't normally have afternoon coffee. I really, really needed it today. It was the only thing that was keeping me going. I will be very, very honest. And it's not just because I'm feeling a little, like, draggy, but I just needed afternoon coffee. I think my anxiety is a little bit worse for it. I will be very honest. But that is why, at the end of the day, we drink whiskey, right? Because it counteracts the anxiety of coffee for those of us who have problems with drinking coffee and anxiety, which is at least one of us in this conversation. Dadgummit, Perry, Overholt was what I was considering drinking. Tony, this is your sign that Overholt might need to be drank tonight. There you go. Smoking a Four Roses sugar at the moment. So, Four Roses sugar cigar? Oh, are you saying smoking a Four Roses cigar? I'm all sorts of confused here. Because you also said ruses, which you corrected to roses. But I also corrected before you corrected it, just out of courtesy. But I don't know. I don't know. Smoking a Four Roses cigar at the moment. There we go. We've clarified everything, everybody. Tony, no need to be frustrated. We got it. I got you, buddy. Yes, Tony, give us a review. How is the Four Roses sugar? The old Overholt Bottled and Bond Dry. It's no sleeper, man. For what, $30-ish? It is such a solid rye whiskey. Clove, cinnamon spice. Slight hint of French vanilla. Some lemon sherbet too. My tasting notes have been weird recently, man. They've been strange. They've been bizarre. But here we are. Now I need to go find some. I recommend it. I highly, highly recommend the Old Overholt Rye. The Bottled and Bond Rye. The Monongahela Mash, not so much. Not so much the Monongahela. That's a tough one for me. No. I still don't know what to really do with that whiskey. Like I've got a full bottle of it. Maybe I just need to like host some tastings or something and just put it in there and see how quickly I can get rid of it. See if other people might like it. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna have one more teeny pour after the Overholt. I can feel my palate getting warmed up, and then we will move on to the review proper. I don't think I had anything else to update you all on. In all the in the small amount of downtime that I have had this week, I've been playing the Game Boy Advance version of A Link to the Past. The Legend of Zelda, the Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, which famously he doesn't go to the past in. It's in the title. The heck, Nintendo. It's a great game, though. I haven't played it in a few years. I think 2020 is when I initially set out to play every Zelda game. And I still got a couple. Last pour before we get to the review is the Blue Claridge New Riff. This is also a Bottled and Bond. Oh, we got a spam text. No, we don't. Never mind. Never mind. It was not spam. I've not had the Blue Claridge in a minute. It smells very fresh, very minty. There is a lot of mint on it, actually. A lot of gingerbread as well. Some cinnamon. Kind of like toasted caramel. Graham cracker as well. It's a good nose. Oh my gosh, that's good. The Blue Claridge is still one of my favorite limited releases that New Riff has put out. Oddly enough. Mm. 65% Blue Claridge corn, 30% rye, 5% malted barley. 5 years old, at least 5 years old, too. Just got New Riff in our area. Realized I'd be a fool to not pour a Four Roses with the cigar. 2022 LE in the Burns Dram. Ooh. Tony's got one of our new Burns Dram glasses, which I do not have mine down here at the moment. But if you are in the market for a new drinking glass and you would like it with the This is My Bourbon Podcast old logo on it, send me a message. $15 a glass, couple extra for shipping. And we will get it out to you soon. They're going fast, y'all. Excuse me. Not that you could hear the coughing, because I muted it. But I still had to say excuse me. WP, it is crazy, though, that you all just got New Riff recently. That Blue Claridge is sweeter. It is sweeter than what I'm used to with New Riff. But still very good. Still very good. All right. Gonna do a little glass cleaning here. And then, nothing like the first sip after 3 days off. There you go, Tony. And then we will get our review poured up. The new Hazelbaker Bottled and Bond from Nulu, also known as Prohibition Craft Spirits, out of Louisville, Kentucky. Now, from what I understand, based on the label, sorry, let me get on mic and talk about this. From what I understand, based on the label, this was aged at the Nulu warehouse. Okay. Now, that does not necessarily mean, if I remember correctly, that does not necessarily mean that it goes against Bottled and Bond standards, as long as it is made by one distiller in one distilling season, right? As long as their warehouse, where it is aged, is federally bonded. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I'm just kind of postulating right off the bat, making sure that that base is covered. So let's go ahead. Let's crack open the Hazelbaker. Let's see what's going on here. Love the guys at Nulu. Love what they're doing. It's a different bottle shape from the standard Nulu bottle. Oh, okay. There's just a bunch of junk hanging on the bottom of that one. It's the regular Nulu bottle, and here's the Hazelbaker, rounded off at the shoulders, of course. Kind of more reminiscent of a Russell's Reserve bottle. And in the words of Matt Porter, America. Hang on. There's too much water in this glass. There's too much water in this whiskey glass. I've never poured it like that before. I've never poured it in front of the camera so you can see it. That was odd. I don't know why. I don't know what possessed me to do that. Here we are. So the reason to why I brought up that it was aged at Nulu's facility and not necessarily distilled there is because, as far as I know, Prohibition Craft Spirits, the owning, operating leg of Nulu, does not actually have distilling equipment or the capability to distill at their warehouse at 436 Baxter Avenue in Louisville, Kentucky. Everything that I have seen, it has always been just aging area, aging space, right? If I did in fact see distilling equipment, it was for future use, not something that would have been made to be used 6 years ago, which is the age statement on the Hazelbaker Bottled Bond. 6 years. Right? Did I make that up? Apparently I did. I thought it was 6 for some reason. Apparently it's not. It's just bottled and bond, so it's at least 4 years old. Probably close to 4. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Regardless, it's still Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, so it was made somewhere in Kentucky. My guess would probably be Barton. It would probably be that secondary mash bill that Barton uses to source product for other NDPs. If it were not, I'd be shocked. But regardless, we'll find out. Maybe I'll know more once we get to the actual palette. I just want to review this based on the whiskey itself right now. And then we'll move into the aesthetics of this as we're talking about what's in the glass, what's in the bottle. Sending me a photo. What are you sending me a photo of, Tony? I'm waiting for the photo. I'll wait. What we'll be talking about with the label is also nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing new. But I am a graphic designer. And it's something that I feel like I need to bring up personally. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Anyway, 100 proof, bottled and bond. Even the table is screaming, drink 4 roses. Look at that. Tony's got 4 roses. He's got roses on his table. Beautiful. Love that. It was destined. It was destined, Tony. Keep going about what? The graphic design thing? We'll get there. We'll get there in a minute. I just want to talk about the whiskey right now. Not a... Hey. Wish chat would allow photos. Yeah. It's a very savory nose. It's a very, very savory nose. There's cooking spices, not necessarily baking spices, but there is something very savory about it that is happening. I could see that getting out of hand. Absolutely, WP. Absolutely, it could be dangerous. That could be a fun thing to do through Discord, though, one night. Like, just have an open Discord. Not open Discord, but, like, if you're on the Discord, just have a night where you submit, you know, your best or craziest bourbon photos. Bourbon TikToks. We talk about them on stream. Stuff like that. There are still some baking spices. It smells quite a bit like fresh baked bread as well. There's nothing about it that is screaming, and I know I was just kind of saying it a second ago, but there's nothing about it that's really screaming that Barton right this moment. I'm not saying that it's not, but first impression... We'll see. We'll see. A little bit of citrus, too. Kind of mentholy. But overall, it's a very complex nose. So, all right. Ooh, a lot of legs in the glass. All right, here we go. Let's dive in. Interesting. Okay. Finish is a little short. It's not blowing me away. Finish is not blowing me away, at least. There's a lot of, like, red hot cinnamon spice on the back end of the palate end of the finish. That I'm not, like, loving, but I'm not hating either in context. A lot of brown sugar. Like heaps of vanilla ice cream. Heaps. of vanilla ice cream. I'm going to go for a second sip before I go much further, though. It's strange how vanilla forward it is. I mean, it's vanilla and like a little bit of just very, very dry chocolate pieces. Overall, the palate's kind of dry too. Oddly enough. And then it goes into that kind of like cinnamon red hot finish. Still with excuse me, vanilla. But it's not like an explosion of flavor to me. I'm just kind of confused by this. Like, the nose was so bountiful, and the palate's a little bit of a letdown, honestly. I don't hate it. It's a very easy sipper. And it's gonna, I mean, it's an easy drinker. Don't get me wrong. It was also $60. I think that's why I was thinking that it was 6 years old. Because it's $60. I was thinking, $10 per year. I cannot for the life of me, though, think, because I could have sworn I had seen someplace that it was actually six years old. I'm guessing that there is a higher corn content to this and a lower rye. Probably the rye and the malted barley are probably fairly similar. Because there is a bit of malt on there as well. But there is just so much sweetness to it. And it's more than likely closer to 4 years old. But overall, it does not drink with a whole lot of oak influence. It does not drink with a whole lot of age. But it's a pretty good first try at a Bottled and Bond bourbon. And it's not like Nulu is unfamiliar with putting a good bourbon product out. I just wonder if, I don't know, man. I'm curious who blended this. Did they do it all in-house? How did they decide on wanting to do, I don't know, maybe this is all conjecture that needs to be answered in an interview on the podcast. I don't know. Overall, a step in the right direction, a good first swing at things, I would say, but it needs more complexity and character to really stand out. I don't know. Let's do this. I don't want to go there. I think I would rather go. Give me a second. Sorry. I do have a podcast. Did you know about it? It's called Here's a Podcast All About Whiskey. It's hosted by the Whiskey Mute. Okay. My hair is all over the place tonight. I'm sorry. Here's bourbon evening. Here's what I'm going to put it up against at the moment. This is not the definitive way that I'm going to compare it, but this is at least the first comparison that I'm going to look at here. Okay, so the $20 JW Dan from Heaven Hill, right? Here's a podcast all about whiskey. Hip-pa. It does sound strange, you're right. So $20 versus $60 a bottle. Still bottled and bond. Still roughly 4 years old. I would say nose-wise, they're about equal. Okay? Maybe a slight edge to the Hazelbaker. Yeah, slight edge to the Hazelbaker. I'm gonna go in for the palate. I'm gonna go with the Hazelbaker first. All right, now I'm gonna give a little taste of the Dan. Finish definitely goes to the Dan. I don't know if palate does, though, because there was a lot of ethanol on the Dan. At least on first sip. I haven't opened this bottle of Dan in a while. And the Hazelbaker was a fresh crack. Hi, Perry. I'm the Tony that stuck to dry week. Hello, Anthony Iturietta. Hope you're enjoying a sober day. Or a week of not drinking. I don't know. Second sip of the damp. The palate really started to come out more. the palate really, really started to come out more. There was more caramel. There was more of that corn sweetness. A little bit more oak influence too, which is odd. I don't normally get that with Dant, but it was there tonight. Maybe that's just in comparison to the Hazelbaker. I'm not upset about it, but it's there. Oh, that was kind of nice, actually. I think comparatively, ever so slightly, I think the Dant, pound for pound, and, you know, as a value pour, might have a little bit of an edge over the Hazelbaker. I'm not saying that you have to get right out of the gate the Dant over the Hazelbaker. That's just what this evening is telling me. Do your own side by side. Still grab a bottle of the Hazelbaker. I love Nulu. I'm on the record as saying that. I've bought so many bottles of their Wagyu pick from Liquor Barn. But I think this one just needs a little bit of time to you know, improve. I think they're gonna get better with this blend, their Bottled and Bond product, over time, and it's got a really good foundation to it as it is anyway. What do people say? The bones are there. It's got good bones. But that to me is half of the conversation. The other half of the conversation is the thing that stuck out to me first and foremost, because I am by trade a graphic designer. That's what I went to school for. That's what I've spent the most time doing professionally. That's what I know. And I'm gonna drink some of this along with it too. And I mean, you probably know it just based on the thumbnail. But boy howdy if the Hazelbaker label doesn't look awfully similar to the Heaven Hill 7-year Bottled and Bond label. Okay. Here's the Hazelbaker. And here's the Heaven Hill. Now, to any discerning eye, these two labels are near friggin' identical. They're near identical. There's color swaps. There is font swaps, imagery. But overall, I mean, they have text laid out the exact same way. They have images placed in the exact same way. They've got verbiage in basically the same way. And the question is, was it intentional? Am I calling out Nulu for this? I don't know. I don't know. Because the thing is, I don't know if I can get into that kind of territory here. But here is the thing. You better be careful if you're going to introduce a brand and you're going to step up to the plate and you're going to have something that looks dead identical to a brand that's been around for 90 years. I mean, let me copy your homework. Okay, but just make it look like you didn't cheat. Art's imitating life, y'all. I mean, these two labels are way too similar. If they don't see a cease and desist or some kind of legal action in the next few months, I personally will be very, very surprised. I don't feel like it takes a trained graphic designer to see that there are notable similarities between the design of these two. And if Heaven Hill hasn't caught on yet, they're mounting some kind of legal case. They have to be. They have to be. What is crazy to me, and this it goes beyond parody. It goes beyond homage, right? Those are protected under copyright. Those are both protected under copyright. They go under fair use. It is so unbelievably similar that it would not hold up in court. Bottled and Bond, I'm reading top down. Bottled and Bond under U.S. government supervision. Hazelbaker, family owned since 2016. Okay? Bottled and Bond under U.S. government supervision. Heaven Hill, family owned since 1935. 100 proof, 50% alcohol by volume, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. This bourbon is 7 years old. 100 proof, 50% alcohol by volume, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey distilled and aged in Kentucky. That's the only time really that there is any different. Distilled in Kentucky, distilled by Heaven Hill Distillery, bottled by PCS Distilling Company, bottled by Heaven Hill Distillery. They've both got DSPs. I haven't even read the back label. They're different enough. I mean, there's no point in reading that. But the back labels are different enough too. But it's the same daggum thing, y'all. It's the same thing. That's scary. I mean, that's the graphic designer. You can't do this. You cannot do this. It's not even comparing the whiskey itself. Somehow, too, and I didn't even realize it until I went to the store. This was a fresh bottle of the Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond. It's the Heaven Hill's cheaper, too. It was $54 at Liquor Barn, and the Hazelbaker was $60. Now, of course, I mean, it's 7 years old. I'd be surprised if it wasn't, more mature, oakier, more complex. I mean, oddly enough, the Hazelbaker actually might have it on the nose. That being said, though, it's been open for a little while longer than not by much, but I mean, 20 minutes as compared to the, sub 5 minutes that the Heaven Hill's been open. So. I mean, that's an easy comparison, palate-wise. And finish. That matter. But that's beside the point. The point is, be careful. I mean, whiskey brands, big name distilleries, they protect themselves. This is a case where they're going to take care of themselves. Hey, Bill's here. He says, "In scene indeed." What's up with you, Bill? Hope you're doing well, buddy. The Streetwalker. So that's that. That's the end of that. I have nothing more to say. Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond's really good, though. Going back to the Hazelbaker, it's gotten better, too, since it's had some time to open. Maybe it was just the neck pour. Living the dream. Good to hear, buddy. The Wisconsinite himself. Wisconsinian? Surely it's Wisconsinite. We'll just call you the cheesehead. Oh, cheese. Oh, cheese. Oh, man. That was solid. I had to bring it up. We were always told, don't copy. It was a cardinal sin when we were learning how to design. There's ways to pay homage and, imitate, but Wisconsinite or cheesehead works. Just don't call me whatever Tony calls me. Bill's busy throwing shade at me for drinking. Well, look, if Bill's throwing shade, that usually means it's serious. That usually means it's for real. There's some legitimacy behind it. You know what I mean? He just wants you to take care of yourself. We're here for you, Tony. We want you to know. We care about you. We hear you. We feel for you. And he's supposed to be dry. I didn't know he was supposed to be dry the whole week. Tony, you didn't tell me you were supposed to be dry the whole week. He said he was considering 3 days on, 4 days off. Or 4 days on, 3 days off. Only called you my friend, aka my ride or die. 2 weeks until Michigan. Y'all have fun in Michigan. It looks like it's going to be... Wait, what am I thinking of? I don't know what I'm thinking about. What's in Michigan? Apologies for the coughing. Sorry. I got more bottled and bonds I could drink tonight as well. Or I could reach for stuff. I'll tell you what, the other day, so I was talking about it on the podcast. Did I talk about it on the podcast this week? I don't know if I did. I don't think I did. But we got sent the here, I'll show it. Tony's meeting friends there. Oh, okay. We got sent to review and then interview soon. Oh, I talked about it on Discord. That's what it was. We got sent the Warehouse H Blanton's book by Mr. Dominic Guglielmi. And nothing will make you want to drink Blanton's more than reading about it. And I realized that I did not have any Blantons here. And so I went to Mom and Papa Ritter's house on Tuesday night, and Dad and I cracked a bottle of Blanton's. It's the first bottle of Blanton's that he had opened in a while. First, I hadn't had Blanton's in a long time either. But I was kind of looking around, and the closest thing I had to Blanton's was Ancient Age 90. Just 3 proof points less. And it's at least 36 months old. So it could be, closer to, 4 to 6 years old. We don't know. It's like Blanton's Light. You know what I mean? I've got Ancient Age 10 Star somewhere too. Hey, but Ancient Age 90, not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. Just, it is what it is. Okay? I don't mind it. That's all I'll say. What's everybody sipping on? Haven't checked in in a while. Gotta make sure I check in on me people. I'm getting gray along my chin on my beard. And it gets wiry. It's sticking out a little bit. Oh, Bill's drinking beer. What? What kind of beer are you drinking? Oh, Don Nishida going to be headed out to see Deadpool and Wolverine. We'll have some popcorn and maybe a beer. That sounds awesome. I'm excited to see Deadpool and Wolverine tomorrow. Going to a matinee showing after my half day of work is over. Very excited. And aloha, Don. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you had a good day. Hope you had a good day at work. Hazy IPA from Surly. Oh, I love hazies. I haven't had a hazy in a minute. Aloha. I love it. I gotta tame the wiry beard. I grabbed the overhold I wanted earlier, 10-year cast strength. I gotta find the 114 that's over here. I know I said that it was gonna be a bottle and bond night. Might move on to the cast strength stuff. I say it's time to move on. I think I've had enough 100 proof. I think it's time to move on to the cast strength. I've had a week, y'all. I am worn out. Give me a. All right. Give me 3 recommendations or three options for where I should go with what to drink next. I'll see what I have around me. What sounds good? Come on, chat. Come on. Whatever the general consensus is, that's what I'll move towards. Elijah Craig barrel proof, Larceny barrel proof, Jack Daniels barrel proof. 3 very solid options. Also at the top of my ticket. You know what would be a very dangerous drinking game? Is for the next 100 and however many days. All mixed together in one glass? Don Nishida, you devilish man. I like Don's option here. I cashed a few bottles this week. A 15-year Knob Creek pick and a Four Roses pick, so beer is the play today. That's not a bad call, though. I'm liking this move. Elijah Craig barrel proof, Larceny barrel proof, and Jack Daniels barrel proof. And Don said all mixed together. So that is just what I'm going to do. We are going to take a half ounce of Jack Daniels barrel proof. A Perry Punch indeed. This was bottled on my 30th birthday. 131.6 proof. Maybe it'll be finished on my 31st birthday. I don't know. We'll go with a half ounce of Elijah Craig barrel proof B524 at 130.6 proof. What a great idea Don Nishida has. Yes. Don comes in, drops a grenade, and walks out. His typical MO. Typical MO, yes. That'll put some hair on your chest? Absolutely. I wish I could highlight 2 comments at the same time. And then finally, some Larceny barrel proof. A124 and 124.2 proof. This will be another half an ounce. All blended together for an ounce and a half of a Perry's Punch. I can really see the weight loss in your face, Perry. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Don. I was telling everybody earlier in the stream that as of today, I had officially hit 45 pounds lost since March 19th. So thank you so much. That is part and parcel to drinking less of these mad scientist concoctions on a regular basis. And eating immensely better and less too. Northwest Bourbon. Cheers, everyone. Don't forget to hit the like. Good to see you at Northwest. Madness, Matt Madness. Perry is a 3 seed. I am a 3 seed. I still don't know when Matt Madness is starting. Does anybody know when Matt Madness is starting? Good job. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. It's been I would say it's easy. It's been an easier journey than you think it has been. Because I mean this sincerely. I'm not trying to sound like a dick by saying this because it sounds so pretentious. But knowing that I'm taking care of myself for my future and for the future of my kids and my wife, that is what has made this easier. Truly, truly, truly. Because I was at a point where I was drinking so much, and this is true. This is true. And I've kind of been coming to terms with it, behind the scenes, and I've not really talked about it much in public, if at all. I was at a point where I felt like I was drinking so much that if it were to continue into my 30s, I probably was not going to be able to see my daughters get married. That is the feeling that I had. So, at the age of 30, I said, I can't keep doing this. Have I had medical help? Yes, of course, I have. But but I've done it because I needed to make that change. And I'm building healthy habits. It's not injections. It's not shots. It's not curbing, sugar or whatever. It's actually building healthy habits. And I feel better, and I feel better about the way I'm living my life. And that's where I am now. So, I'm proud of myself, and I hate to pat myself on the back, but I am proud of myself. Truly. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody's support as well. I hate to talk about it so much, but I hope you all understand that it's because it's something that I am dealing with right now too. And I want to talk about it in hopes that other people see my journey as well, and they see it as encouragement to take care of themselves. That's all. Will we be seeing you in a jiu-jitsu gi next and rolling with Fred? If I have time, I would like to get back into some sort of gym or physical activity. But immediately getting into jiu-jitsu with Fred? No. He did. I'll tell a story sometime. Maybe not tonight, about Fred trying to get me into jiu-jitsu. And the unfortunate timing of him trying to get me into it. It was not in bad faith by any means. It was just not the right time for it. But thank you guys, sincerely. Realizing it early and making adjustments is great. I hear Eric needs a gym buddy. Buddy. Yes, he does. I popped today. I did pop today. Can you believe it? Thank you for patting me on the back, Tony. I just popped in and heard self-affirmation. Yeah. But I did pop. That was the other thing too. I'm out of the trainers today. So, I'm moving up. It's crazy. All right, I've got this the Perry's Punch blend, equal parts Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and Larceny Barrel Proof. Ben, in all seriousness, excuse me. I have pooped today. I did poop today though. I've lost 45 pounds since March. And a big part of that was that I was just simply drinking too much. So, as you can obviously see, I am still drinking, but I am drinking so much less that it has made that much of an impact on my well-being in my life. So, the late stream, yes. All right, I'm gonna find. Let's check out the Perry's Punch of the evening. Oh, maybe that's what we should do. Oh, thanks, man. You know where? Okay, so I was at 310. I'm at 264 right now. I'm at 264 right now. I would like to be at 200, ideally. So I mean, I've still got a long ways to go. I mean, that's like 6 months more progress, you know. If I'm on that same kind of track, which I won't be. 385 last May. Where are you at now? 316. Holy moly, dude. That's amazing. Congratulations. Way to go, man. Proud of you. It's, man. We weigh the same, Tony? That's awesome. It's just, it's not about speed. It's about the fact that it's happening. You know what I mean? Ben, so am I. But we're getting there, right? It's all about process. It's all about taking the time. It's all about realizing that it doesn't happen overnight. And you're honest with yourself, and you're realizing that today you're not where you were yesterday. Anyway. Okay. Perry's Punch. What I was about to say too is I think that every week we should do a Perry's Punch blend. Chat should call out a Perry's Punch blend. If I have it, I will make it, because I think that would be a lot of fun. So moving forward, we'll do a Perry's Punch blend every week. And if it's good enough, maybe we'll try to do a giveaway for it too. So anyway, I'm out of the 300 club. That's what matters. It's crazy to be out of the 300 club. It's insane. I'll be honest. Ooh, that's a lot of ethanol. That's a lot of alcohol in the nose. Oh, man. All right. Oh, blow into the glass, the old Peggy No Stevens trick. Oh, that's really good, actually. Cinnamon, red berries. Okay. It's a really good blend. I mean, it's 3 great bourbons. What am I doing? Like, try it at home. Why am I saying I'm going to do a giveaway? Go into your liquor cabinet. Pop a Ritter. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Is that Dylan? It is Dylan. I haven't watched the trailer for the movie yet. Well, okay, I take that back. I watched it, but I watched it without sound. It looks good. It looks like visually it looks good. I'm excited for it. I finally got around to watching the trailer for the new Nosferatu movie too, and that looks amazing. Being a big Robert Eggers fan, I mean, could not be more excited for that movie. It's about time for a rewatch of The Lighthouse. Anyone who hasn't been to a TIMBP weekend, you're missing out on things like Peggy No Stevens teaching us how to drink. That is true. I saw parts on the Today Show and liked it. Or Eric trying to eat a silkworm and almost losing it on stage. You know what I haven't tried yet, Dawn? Let me get this real quick. Wrong channel indeed. I haven't tried the Jocko mix. Jaco mix? Yet? Now I personally, Don, I am very excited for this. I don't know if Eric will be. That being said, though, I don't know if I want to save this for Eric to try. When's the last time I had Blanton's dad? A couple nights ago. Tell you what, Don. Now's as good a time as any. So for anybody who doesn't know, Don Nishida, God love him, loves to give us these awesome treat bags when he comes to visit for TIMBP weekend. Really anytime. We'll just get boxes of goodies. Send weird stuff that's not available in Kentucky. Exactly. And this is Jocko Mix. This is Hawaii's favorite local snacks, wholesale unlimited. I'll see if you can kind of see on camera what might be in here. Why is it not focusing? It's not really working. Anyway. It's mostly, aside from like salt, sugar, pepper, sardines and almonds. Dried sardines and almonds. And I love the weird stuff that Don finds to send to us. Oh, yeah. Oh, it smells so good and weird. It's a great snack with cold beer. I might have to have a cold beer here in a little bit. Here we go. That is so good. Oh my gosh. Crunchy, nutty, and salty. Just a little bit sweet, too. Dad, I will absolutely save a little bit for you. Tony's just trying to materialize anybody. Not anybody. Clifton, it makes sense. Tony, try to materialize, see if we can get Jason from Mash and Drum in here. I haven't seen Jason in a while. It's not fishy at all. 1 for 1, you're right. Like, despite the fact there's sardines in here, even just like a single sardine. And I think it's just because it's so well preserved that it doesn't taste fishy. Harry Potter spelled reseal, be a T-seal. But yeah, there's nothing fishy about it. Just a really solid snack. All right. I gotta stop so I don't eat the whole thing. See? See? That's what I was talking about earlier. I'm not just doing injections. I'm not just doing shots. I'm building good habits. That's what I've done since March. That's how I've lost 45 pounds. There's so many little fish in here. Oh, man. Mash and Drumio. That's how you do it is right. All right, now I'm going to keep drinking whiskey. If Jason just all of a sudden appeared, it would be hilarious. The funny thing is, Sugar Kitty, though it looks like trail mix, it's literally just almonds and sardines, which I imagine you would kind of like being a cat. Oh. There was a fishtail caught in the zipper. Fixed it. Just cat trail mix. Fair enough. That's not racist. What's racist about a cat liking fish? Oh, the fish taste isn't overpowering at all. I promise. You don't even notice the fish taste. It's really not even there. There's so many other flavors in there. So what good is it? It's just a... What do you mean? It's just a really well-balanced, satisfying snack. You can still enjoy things even if it's not overpowering in one way or another. Now, Dawn. Dawn, I want whatever you're offering. Whatever you're cooking, I would like, please, Dawn, can I have some fish, please? Friggin' love fish, man. Brewmaster, have a good night, buddy. Oh, Dawn, you know I love weird. You know I love the strange, bizarre snacks. I mean, I also love just like regular chips too. But just weird snacks. If it's dialed back on the fishness, it's throttled against us. You want weird? Let's get weird. Don's cooking something up, and I'm excited. I'm ready for it. That would be an incredible live stream of trying to pair the weirdest snacks in the world with whiskey. Not just bourbon. Whiskey. Strange whiskeys. Sake. This has been an exceptionally fun night. Thank you, Tony. I'm glad you've enjoyed. I've had fun. We need to get more, like, TIMBP listeners to the live streams. We need to figure out how to do that. Heading out to see Deadpool. LFG. Let's freaking go. Have a good time, Don. I can't wait to see it myself. Enjoy yourself, buddy. Give me that taste of fish. Give me that fish. Wally D. Fish. I love Wally D. Fish. Anyway. All right. I think we're wrapping up here, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. It's been a lot of fun. I am off next week, though. My new rap name, Wally D. Fish. Yes. My favorite fish is salmon. I'll take it every way from Sunday. I do love salmon. Peace out, Bill. I am off next week. I got the kid. Because Lucy's going to see Blink 182. So no stream. Which is okay. But the week after, though, August 8th. That's the birthday stream. It's the day after my 31st. We're doing a live stream. Having a fun time. Doing some kind of giveaway. Don't know what. It'll be a good night. Tune in. See y'all in a couple weeks. Thanks so much for being here. Gotta get whatever that is off the microphone. It's been great. See you real soon. Until next time, though, I've been Perry. This has been TIMBP Live. Take care of yourself. I love you. Bye.